Yeah, good. Let's just do a bit of moving of the body. Being as mindful as you can while you're doing this, noticing what you're doing. Good. When you're ready, coming to a comfortable standing position for you. So today we're going to start with some clearances. So using the hands to move the awareness down through the body and linking it with the breath. So breathing in, bring the hands up. Breathing out, bringing the hands down in front of the body. Washing the awareness down through the body. All the way down through the feet and into the ground. Breathing in. Morning, Tracy. Breathing out, wash. Breathing in. And breathing out, wash. Couple more times. So we can use this to get a feeling of refreshing before we start. So a sense of cleansing through the body. Fresh energy up. And a sense of washing through the body, letting go of what we don't need. And we can also use this technique to tune into the fact that we are grounded and let go of the weight through the feet. Washing and grounding, breathing in one last time. Washing and grounding. Taking the hands behind the back. Moving around on the soles of the feet, so circling. Gently circling the body, weight moves around the edges of the feet. Being as mindful as you can, switching directions. Taking the hand down by the side, swaying the willow. So just taking the weight from side to side. If you'd like to, you can let the shoulders and the head come up last. So move from the waist and then the upper body and the head comes last into the movement. Good, and then back to center, hands over the belly, notice how you're feeling. So an opportunity to bring the awareness inside the body. Trying to get a global image of the whole body. Take the hands down by the sides. So wild horse, bouncing through the knees, letting go of the shoulders, the arms, the hands, using this to shake out tension from the body. Good. Tuning back into the fact that you're grounded through the feet, that you're rooted to the floor. Letting go of the weight, letting go of the tension. Normal breathing pattern. And stop. Notice the sense of movement, carry on. So let's do a mindful yawn, bringing in lots of fresh energy. You can look up as well if you want to. Breathe in, breathe out, bring the hands into gentle fists, crouching down. Try not to bend too far forwards. Try and have this as a crouch. Breathe in, open. Breathe out, crouching down. Relaxing as you crouch down. Breathe in, have a sense of filling the body with breath energy. Breathe out, relaxing down into a ball. A few more. Breathe in, all the way into the fingertips, the toes, the crown of the head. Relax. Breathe in. Allow everything just to arise and pass. Breathe out. Stay focused with the movement. One more. Coming to standing. Feet perhaps a little wider. And then we're going to take the hands. They can roll inwards at the start of this. That's it, yeah. Roll the hands inwards, palms of the hands are facing up. We're going to crouch down again as the hands come forwards. Yeah. And then as we stand up, we turn the hands, swim them out to the sides. So quite a little higher up, that's it, good. And then we turn the hands again and squat. Breathe out. Breathe in, swim, big bear swims. Breathe out. Breathe in. Good. Breathe out. Breathe in. So let's do a few of these and try and let go everything else, plans, thoughts, ideas, feelings, memories. Try and connect with the movement and the breath. Good. Do one more. Hands down by the sides. So hands come directly up. They're loose at the wrists. They turn. When they come down, it's more like they come downwards rather than just swinging backwards. They will come back as well. They turn, they come back up again. So we add the bouncing through the knees. So bring the hands up. And you're going to end up with a double tap of the knees, as it were. It's going to feel like you bounce twice. Good. Tai Chi movement designed to loosen us up, get us flowing. Also good for letting go of tension. Also good to tune into that sense of dropping through the soles of the feet. Just allow everything to come and go. Focus on the movement, focus on the breath. Slow it down. Step the feet wide. So we'll take the basic variation of this rather than the bending of the knee version. So the movement is going to come from the core, the belly. We turn from the belly. Turn from the belly. The arms, they come up. We turn from the belly. We can look to the side we're turning if we want to. Turn from the belly. Arms swing towards the body. Palms facing up, both at the back and the front. Then we come back to center. Palms are facing down. Go to the other side. Turn from the belly. Come back to center. So we can speed that out up and add a slight bounce as well. So drop through the knees as the arms swing, and then standing up when you come back to center. Just allow the breathing to do what it wants. Turn from the belly. Good. Starting to get some movement out now into the spine. Some rotational movement into the spine. We're also moving the shoulders in a different direction. Noticing the movement. You can still notice what the breath is doing. You can allow thoughts to come, you can allow them to go. Slow it down. Back to your regular standing position. Hands on the belly. Notice how you're feeling now. So we're going to do something with the spine before we go any further. We're going to encourage the spine to open in both directions. Take one hand, the finger of one hand, take it to the back of the neck, go all the way up the back of the neck until you reach the point at which it connects with the skull. Okay? You'll probably find a bit of a lump and then it connects in with the skull. So leave the finger there. Take another finger, opposite hand, obviously, unless you've got very long fingers. And that one, we're going to trace down the spine, lower back, trace down the spine, keep going all the way down until you can't really go any further. So you're going to hit kind of like the tailbone. Okay? So regular standing position. Can you get a sense of the tailbone dropping down, perhaps even tucking under, using that finger? Can you also get a sense of the crown of the head growing upwards, so long through the back of the neck? So do you notice the spine in between those 2 points? Can you allow the spine to grow in both directions? And we're allowing, we're not trying to force, we're just noticing, relaxing, See if those 2 points want to move away from each other. Trying to keep the awareness on the spine, relaxing the spine. Also paying particular attention to those 2 points. And in a moment, we're going to take the fingers away, but I'd like you to try and still get a sense of where those 2 points are. The pressure that you're feeling on the base of the skull, tailbone. Try and stay with that feeling as you take the hands down by the sides. Keep noticing where those 2 points are. Regular standing position, notice those points, drop through the feet. Can you have a sense of the spine being allowed to open between those 2 points? Stay with the spine. You can have a little bit of space underneath the armpits. You can relax the shoulders. Soften the belly, stay with the spine between those 2 points, growing through the crown of the head. Slightly tucking the chin in, good. Have that sense of dropping through the feet. So we're going to stay in Wuji stance for a moment or two. If you want to, you can bring the hands up. The elbows are, if your hands are coming out, the elbows are out, but the shoulders are relaxed. Out with the the elbows, relax the shoulders. And from the side, you can see that the hands aren't right into the chest, nor are they right out far here. They're just at a comfortable distance. Or you can stay with the hands down by the sides. If this gets too much, at any point, gently bring the hands down. And you can do the remainder of this Wuji stance with the hands by the sides. So relax, drop through the feet, grow through the crown of the head. Notice those 2 points. Open the spine. Just allow it to open. A sense of it lengthening in both directions. So while we're here, just noticing what's going on in the body, noticing the breath. Thoughts can come, thoughts can go. Anytime you feel like you're being taken away by thoughts, bring it back to what's going on in the body and the breath. Spine still opening. If you've got your hands up, breathe in, breathe out, gently allow the hands to come down to the sides of the body. Keep lengthening the spine in both directions. Noticing how you're feeling now, noticing how the spine is feeling now. Allow it to relax and open. So stay with the sensations in the spine, take the feet wider. So we're going to do some more turning, some more rotation through the spine. Allow it to open still, both directions, turning from side to side. From the belly again, if you can. Hips remain looking forwards. And then allow the hands and the arms just to swing around. Try and stay with that sense of the spine opening in both directions. Weight dropping down through the feet, growing through the crown of the head. relaxed and open spine. And slowing it down. Stepping the feet back to a regular position for you. In fact, for this next one, you might need to go almost to touching points with the feet. So continue to allow the spine to open in both directions. Hands into the head of a dragon, over to the shoulder. So we're going to chop to the side, push the hands to the shoulders and the opposite side, through the center of the body, turn the fingers to point downwards, swooping downwards through the base of the body, up through the center, up to the shoulder, up onto tiptoes, over the head, and we're at the other side. Chop, push to the shoulder, center, down to the pelvis, center, shoulder, all the way up. If you're feeling like you can, we're going to look in the opposite direction to the hands each time. So chop, look to the other side, push to the shoulders, look to the other side, through the center, look the other side, pelvis, look to the other side, center, look to the other side, shoulder, all the way up, look to the other side, chop, push, center, pelvis, center, shoulder, all the way up. Good. So whichever you're doing, if you're using your head, you can also use your hips to push out. So we can be looking one direction and the hips are going in that direction. So when we move, the hips go, we look, we push to the other side, the hips go. So you can either do that, or you can just stay with the hand movements. But whichever version you're going to do now, come back to the first position. Try and have that sense of the spine lengthening. Okay, so if you don't get all of the movements exactly right, doesn't matter. Just try and have that sense of the spine lengthening and opening as it sort of swims. This is swimming dragon, remember. So chop, push, center, pelvis, center, shoulder, all the way up to the other side. Chop, push, center, pelvis, center, shoulder, all the way up. Lengthen the spine, chop, shoulder, center, pelvis, center, shoulder, all the way up. Right the way through this, lengthen the spine, chop, lengthen, push, keep lengthening, middle, pelvis, center, shoulder, all the way up. Bring the hands back to the center. Let's just finish with moving the dragon's head wherever you want to, but see if you can stay with that sense of the spine moving in both directions, lengthening in both directions as you turn it, as you move it. When you're ready to, come back to bring the hands over the belly. So notice the spine again, allow it to move in both directions, notice how you feel. Spine moving in both directions. So we want to stay with that sense of the spine moving in both directions for the whole of the next section. What we're going to practice is the QiGong, muscle tendon classics. So unlike some of the other forms of QiGong, we tend to, the breath in this sequence tends to work with having a sense of resistance when we're breathing out. So let's just try that sense of resistance first of all. Take the hands up. This is the first movement, the pedal. We won't do it on the toes. We won't do the full movement. Breathe in, breathe out, extend the hands slightly forwards, bring them back in. So nice and flowing to start with. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. So this time, see if you can bring a little bit of resistance to the movement. Bring them back in. Now add a little bit more resistance. Breathe out. Breathe in. So as we come back in, we're just relaxing. Breathe out. Add maximum resistance for you. Breathe in. Okay, bring the hands down. So that's what we're going to play with throughout most of this sequence. Comfortable standing position. Feet are probably a little closer than our regular position. You can't really see my feet very well with this camera set up. Slightly better, mildly better. Yeah. Okay, so the first, these are the 3 petals to start with, they're called. Petals because they're meant to be heavy. So we start with the hands by the sides. Now, we breathe in, we bring the hands up. Breathe out, we come up onto tiptoes and we push the hands forwards. Breathe in, bring the hands back in and relax. Come back down through the heels. Breathe out, a tiny bit of resistance. Up onto the toes. Breathe in, relax, come back, down onto the heels. Breathe out, a little bit more resistance. Breathe in, come back down. A little bit more. A little more resistance this time. And then the next one, maximum resistance as far as you want to take it. Doesn't have to push it, but as far as you want to go with that sense of resistance. Breathe in, breathe out, bring the hands down. So the next movement, breathe in, bring the hands back to that same position. Breathe out, take them to the sides this time as you come up onto the tiptoes. Try not to go fully to the sides, they're slightly turning in still. Breathe in, drop back down to the heels. Breathe out, a little bit of resistance. Breathe in, relax. Bit more resistance. Breathe in, relax. Bit more. And relax. So almost maximum resistance, like you're pushing your hands through perhaps a kind of viscose. And then maximum resistance for you. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, bring the hands up to the shoulders. Breathe out, pushing up through the hands Hands are flat, palms are flat, still up onto the tiptoes. Breathe out, relax. Breathe in, add a little bit of resistance. Sorry, let's breathe out. Breathe in, relax. A little more resistance. Like we're lifting something increasingly heavy above the head. A little more resistance. Good. And then with this one, let's go maximum resistance for however you feel. Breathe in. Breathe out, bring the hands down over the belly. Notice how you feel. Step the feet a little wider. Hands come down by the sides. One hand, back of the hand is going to go to the lower point of the spine. So it just rests there gently. The other hand comes out and up. So we slightly bend through the knees. We bring the hand to the opposite side of the outside of the leg. Yeah. Then we open up diagonally. Try not to move too much from the pelvis. Try and move from the belly if possible. Bring it all the way up to the furthest top corner that you can reach. Here, have a sense of plucking a star. Bring it all the way around in front of you. So arm is extended, moving from the belly, come to the other side. And then we come back to center, hand rises back up slightly. And then we bring the hand down in front of the body. You can have a sense of washing through the body at that point. Switch hands. Out. Bend through the knees. Outside of the leg. Diagonal. All the way up and back. Pluck. Bring the hand sweeping all the way across. Keep your eyes on the hand if you can. Bring it back to center and slightly up. Wash. Good. Transforming a plucked star into the Big Dipper. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, diagonally up. Pluck. Breathe out, bring the star across the night sky. Breathe in, hand comes up. Breathe out, wash. Switch hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, diagonally up, back. Pluck. Breathe out. Keep watching what you're doing with that hand. Breathe in, up. Breathe out, wash. One more on each side. Notice the breath. Try and stay connected to what you're doing. Anytime you're distracted with thoughts, just bring the attention back to the breath and your movement. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Pluck. Breathe out, wash. Sorry, move. Breathe in, come back up. And breathe out, wash. Bring that hand down over onto the belly, bring the other hand to join it. Notice how you're feeling. Connecting with that lengthening spine. So the feet on the next one, we're going to step out and forwards. The back foot is diagonally out, which means that we can drop the knee over that foot. And then we can come forwards with the weight directly over the other foot. So that's how we want to be moving. And while we're doing that, the upper half of the body isn't really bending anywhere. It's just remaining nice and upright. Okay. So this one's called turning 9 cows around from the tail. Hands facing up, palms facing up. Drop over the front knee. So with the fingers, we roll in from the little finger all the way to the thumb. And we do that on both hands, rolling in at the same time. Okay. As we roll the fingers in, we start to bring the hands in towards the body. The front one comes in towards the upper part of the shoulder. The back one goes to the lower back. We look over that shoulder. Good. And then we bring the hands back up, bring the weight forwards. So breathe out and have a sense of resistance as if you're pulling those cows in towards the body. Look over the opposite shoulder. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, pull, and look. Breathe in, come back out, good. So pull the cows in. That's where your resistance is coming from in this movement. Relax, one more time. Pull the cows in. Breathe in, relax. Good. Hands down. So the same again. Step that foot forwards, the opposite foot forwards. Check that you're going to go over the front foot and over the back foot. So you want the back foot to be angled. So hands come up, turning the fingers in as you drop the weight back. Look over the opposite shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out resistance. Pull the cows in. Breathe in, relax. More resistance, heavier cows. Breathe in. And then maximum resistance for you. Breathe in. Regular standing position. Hands on the belly, see how you feel. So the next one is extending the claws of a dragon and exhibiting its wings. So when we bring the hands up, we bring them into pointing the fingers towards each other. So the thumb and all the fingers come to meet and they just relax in this position. So just the hands to start with, bring them out to the sides, form into claws. The claws are going to look like this on both sides. So we're trying to have the lower part of the finger fairly straight and then we over with the top. So we're going to have like quite a flat palm. This would be a particular type of sort of scratching movement that you could do in a martial art. Okay, so that's the claws you're going to use. Or Tracy, I'm presuming that's your cat's claws. And then And then we push the claws. The dragon's claws come forwards, all the way forwards. And then at the last minute, we open up the fingers, and this is where we exhibit the wings. So really try and open the fingers upwards, and you're going to get a real stretch through the wrist and up all the way up into the fingers. Yeah, really nice and open feeling. And then the hands come back into that first position. So bring them down to start with. Check your position for standing. Okay, breathe in, bring the hands up. Breathe out, claws. Now we drop through the knees. Breathe out, push through the hands. Extend the wings, exhibit the wings. Breathe in, stand up. Breathe out, push, claws, nice and fierce, and then extend all the way through to the fingers. Breathe in. So this can be your resistance. And then this is relaxing. Resistance. Breathe in. Resistance. Relax. Focus on the movement and the breath. Last one. Bring the hands in. Bring them down. So the one hand can go into a fist. It'll come to the lower back, and then it's going to come up quite far into the middle point of the back. Okay. Check your feet are a little wider. We're going to take the other hand over the top of the head, and we're going to rest with the middle finger on the little lug of skin that will come out in the middle of the ear. So this point here. Can everyone see that? Yeah? So we want to have a sense of relaxing the head into the crook of the elbow, and we want to have a sense of the neck and the head supported. Okay, we don't want to be putting too much pressure onto the neck and the head. And then we breathe in, we're looking up into the corner towards the elbow that's out. So we're looking up, and then we bring the elbow downwards across the front of the body, and we bring it down towards the floor, perhaps pointing towards the opposite foot. So that's breathing out. Breathing in, standing up, looking to the top corner. Breathing out, bringing the elbow down, sweeping it down, perhaps looking slightly behind you. Breathe in. Open up the whole body here. Breathe out, relax. Breathe in, open. Breathe out, bring it diagonally down and diagonally up. Good. Take the hands into a windmill, and we're switching. So take the back one up to the highest point you can reach to, and we're forming a gentle fist. The other hand comes around, gently touches the lobe of the ear. So breathe in, look diagonally up. Breathe out, diagonally down, relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, open up the whole of the body here. Breathe out, relax. Do two more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Focus on the breath and the movement. Breathe in, open the body. Breathe out. Relax. Come back to standing. Take this hand away, bring it to the belly. Bring the other hand in front of the other hand. Just see how you feel. That's called ghosts. 7 ghosts draw their swords. So the next one, another numbered one. The feet are nice and wide. This is called 3 plates falling. And we work with a particular type of sound on this one. This is high. It's like a high. It's quite extended. It's almost like you're whispering it, but loudly. Keep it extending. And the reason for that extension is because we bring the hands up as if we're holding on to plates. We turn the hands, we push them down, we use that sound. But we only want to come to a third to start with. So try it a few times. Breathe in. We're going to bend the knees as we come down. So this is dropping plates. Breathe in. Natalie, a bit of space underneath the armpits. So try not to have them here. Try it good. Try not to have them out here. Hold the plates up. Good. Good. Come back up. So 3 plates falling because we go 1/3 to downwards to where we're comfortable, 2/3 downwards, and then all the way down as far as we want to go. So 1/3 dropping. So this is a squat. Come back up. Breathe in. 2/3. Breathe in. All the way down as far as you want to go this time. Don't bend forwards, it's a squat. Breathe in. Step your feet towards each other. Breathe out. Hands on the belly. Notice how you feel. So Azure Dragon exhibits its wings. For this one, we make like a peace sign. Yeah. The other fingers, rather than coming right the way in towards the hand, we want to have a sense of holding a ball in there. Okay, so you're going to end up with a hand position that looks a bit like this. Fingers are coming in, but they're not clamped right in to the palm. Bit of space as if you're holding on to something, stretching as much as possible through the fingers so they're as straight as possible. Okay, so that's the hand gesture that we will be using. But to start with, we bring the hands into fists up towards the waist. Okay. So we bring the hand down and we look at the hand. You can look at me to start with, but we eventually want to be looking at the hand. Bring the hand open and down. Bring it up to the side. Bring it up to the side. We now form that ball and the peace sign. Now, when it comes across the body, we turn with the wrist first of all, then we turn the arm, then we slide it in front of the chest. So we're going to go all the way to the other side, and you should get a sense of the shoulders being open whilst you're doing this. So we don't want to come around the body like this. It's turn, keep the chest open, come all the way to the other side. Good. The hand relaxes, so the hand is now just open, palms open. We bring that down the side of the body without touching the body. All the way down the outside of the leg, around in front of the feet. If you want to, you can swipe the ground with the feet, with the hands, with the tips of the hand. Then you bring the hand up the outside of the other leg, but this time it is touching. Touch that leg all the way back up to fist. Yeah. Hand comes down, opens, comes up to the side. You don't need to bend at that point, Elaine. Stay upright. Hand comes down, comes out to the side, form into that ball and peace sign, roll with the wrist, then the arm, push it directly across the front of the chest, all the way to the side. If you can, come all the way out to that side, but try and keep the shoulders looking forwards. Don't move around like this. If you're moving around like that, bring it back slightly. Only go as far as you can keep those shoulders open and looking forwards. Release that hands gesture. Down the outside without touching. Around the toes. And then bring it up, touching the outside of the leg. All the way back to the fist position. Good. Breathe out. Hand comes down. Breathe in, bring it up. Breathe out, form your hand position, and then breathe out, bring it all the way across. Breathe in, open the hand, come halfway down, and then breathe out as it sweeps along the ground. Breathe in as it comes up the side. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Bring it up. Fist. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Last side. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring it up the outside of the leg. Breathe out, bring the hands down onto the belly. See how you feel. I'm not going to have time to finish this sequence, so I think we can probably do two more. We'll leave the tiger pouncing on its prey for next time. So this, in fact, this might not need to be the last one. That'd be fine, actually. So this one, we actually use a position with the hands so that the first finger comes to the back of the second finger and then it flicks. Do that. Flick. So back of the, that's it, and then flick. And that happens on both sides. So first finger comes behind the back, flick. You feel how much resistance you can get going there and how much that's going to go and give you a flick. Now, what happens is, and I'm going to show you first of all, and it will become clear why we need to look at this first, because the hands come to the back of the head. The first finger is just underneath that sort of divot point. Or so you've got the back of the head, the base of the skull, and we're going to flick into that area, into this area of the beneath the base of the skull. When we're doing that, the hands are going to cup the ears. Cup the ears and then flick into the back. So that's why we need to do it first, because you won't be able to hear much, especially with your insulated hands there, Paula. So this is bowing down and beating the heavenly drum. We do it 7 times, that flicking on the back of the head, but we also do it bending down. So bend the knees, relax the top of the body, drop the head, Place the hands now over the ears, flicking 7 times. Open back up with the ears, the hands, push through the feet, roll the spine up. Coming back to standing. Breathe in, breathe out, bring the hands down to the belly. Noticing how you're feeling. Stepping the feet a little wider. Hands out to the sides of the room. So one movement as we bring the hands up. This is like we're bringing fresh energy up. And then we can try and wash it down through the body. So a sense of washing peacefulness through the body. Peaceful. Have a bit of a move of the body. Get rid of any last bits of tension. Comfortable standing position. Dominant hand into a fist. The other wraps over the top. 3 bows. Our first bow is to each other for sharing this practice. Second bow is to our teachers, past, present, and future, for sharing their knowledge. Third bow is to ourselves. Bowing to ourselves, we bow to all of our ancestors back to a source of oneness.